Welcome to another season of Sheboygan A's baseball. I'm Joey Grundle back for season 2, doing the play-by-play on SheboyganBaseball.org. There'll be a doubleheader against the newcomer in the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League, the Marinette Redbirds. And we'll get right into the defensive positioning for the A's. In the outfield and right, it'll be Josh Moses. In center, it'll be Mark Warner. And in left, it's Chris Saltzman. Around the horn at third base, it'll be Harry Stelt. At short, it'll be Joe Vizquel. Second baseman today will be Brad Young, and at first, it'll be Mitch Sutton. And the battery today for your A's, it'll be Eric Schmitz on the mound, throwing it to Taylor Grimm. And the lineup for the Redbirds that will be going up against Eric Schmitz, it'll be Jordan Powers leading off, Jason Hoffer in center. Scott Eldridge will bat third. The middle of the order will be Austin Belonga. Batting fifth will be Riley Hegg, and then batting sixth, Jordan Rasner. And then the bottom of the order for the Redbirds will be Wesley Rivera, Cody Woods batting eighth, and Ryan Woods will bat ninth. And on the hill for the Redbirds, it'll be Brian Bell. And we are just ready to get underway.
Leading off for the Redbirds, the second baseman, number 4, Jordan Powers.
On a sun-soaked, almost cloudless Saturday afternoon, and Eric Schmitz, right-hander, his first pitch offering is a fastball missing high and away. It's ball one, and the A season is underway. The 1-0 from Eric Schmitz. A called strike at the bottom of the zone, right at the knees. 1-1 the count. Same location with another fastball. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes on Jordan Powers, the second baseman for the Marinette Redbirds. Now that one misses up near the eyes of Jordan Powers. So the count is evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now there's a swinging chopper foul towards Harry Stelt at third, but so we'll reset and do it again at 2-2. Schmitz kicks and delivers. Curveball that just missed the outside corner. And the count will go full. It's 3-2 to the leadoff batter. Now there's a fastball misses away, and it's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the Mariners. So that puts a runner at first.
Fielder, number 21, Jason Hoffer.
And it will be Jason Hoffer. A right-handed batter. As Schmitz quickly working from the stretch, he gets a swing and a miss and a fastball down and in. Count moves to 0-1. And now a pickoff play by Schmitz, as Sutton is able to gather it, but Powers slides back into first. Just underway, no score. Runner at first, and now Powers is off on the pitch. Grimm's throw is not in time, and that's a stolen base. Grimm's throw was low into the third base side of the second base bag. So the Redbirds have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. It's a 1-1 count. Now a half swing he held up on a fastball inside. 2 balls and a strike on the Redbirds center fielder. Fastball, foul tipped. It was on the outside corner, right around the belt. To the right-handed batting, Jason Hoffer. Wearing number 21 for the Redbirds, and now he's swinging a foul ball back and out of play. Count moves to remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scott Eldridge will follow. Schmitz now with a 2-2. A curveball right on the corner, and he catches Hoffer looking. That's the first out. Backwards K variety.
Left fielder, number 34, Scott Eldridge.
So 1 out. That runner still at second base. Powers led off the inning with a walk. Stole second base. There's a breaking ball on the outside corner to the left-handed batting Scott Eldridge. Playing left field today for the Redbirds. Now Schmitz, another breaking ball that was up in the zone, but Eldridge could just foul it straight back to the screen. It's 0-2. So Schmitz quickly ahead in the count. The 0-2 is another breaking ball in on the hands of Eldridge, who will hit it foul down the left field foul line and out of play just beyond the A's dugout. So we'll do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander comes set, and there's a fastball high and away. So the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Powers with a good sizable lead, and there's one in the dirt, but blocked by Grimm. So Powers will stay at second. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmitz now at the 2-2. Fastball that couldn't quite catch the outside corner. So it moves the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now that one misses the zone. That'll be ball 4. And another walk in the inning. So runners now at first and second.
Catcher, number 32, Austin Belonga.
So it'll be Austin Belonga, the catcher. Also bats left-handed.
That's right. That's right.
Excuse me, bats right-handed. And the first pitch from Schmitz misses, and it's 1-0. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball. A ball and a strike. Runners at first and second, both via the walk. The 1 out coming via a called third strike. Another fastball on the corner. This one for a call strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. There's a swing and a miss. Challenge him with a fastball. In on the hands, and it's another strikeout. 2 outs in the inning.
Third baseman, number 13, Riley Haig.
So that'll be Riley Haig. Right-handed batting third baseman for the Redbirds with 2 outs in the inning. There's a fastball that misses up and away. A ball and no strikes. The 1-0 offering. There's a called strike. Down the middle. And it's a ball and a strike. Wind blowing in the outfield from right field to left. And now a pitch up in the zone is fouled to the right side. That'll be out of play. And it will move the count to a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Runners at first and second. No score. Swinging a ground ball to Stelt at third base. He'll throw it over to Brad Young covering second to get the force, and that will end the inning. So Eric Schmitz walks a couple batters, but also gets a couple strikeouts and does not allow a run. So we will go to the bottom half of the first in this opening day doubleheader. Game 1. We have no score here at Wildwood Baseball Park.
Pick up your game.
Back for the bottom half of the first. And it's Brian Bell for the Redbirds on the mound. And the lineup today for your Sheboygan A's, it'll be Josh Moses in right field leading off. Joe Vizquel, the shortstop, will bat second. Taylor Grimm is the catcher, batting third. Doing the cleanup, it's the third baseman, Harry Stelt. Mitch Sutton will bat fifth. He's the first baseman today. Batting sixth is the center fielder, Mark Warner. Doing the DHing today, it'll be Logan Reckert, and he will bat seventh. Brad Young will bat eighth, batting second, or bat second base.
Josh Moses.
And Chris Saltzman is in left, batting at ninth. Now here comes Josh Moses. And first pitch is a hard liner, but fouled on the left field line. A screamer past his manager, Derek Lumens. So the count moves to 0-1. Now the 0-1 coming. That one misses outside the zone and gets away from the catcher. So a ball and a strike to the opening batter for the A's this season, Josh Moses. Now he takes a fastball inside. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 is a little looping liner right to the second baseman. And Powers will make the catch. And that is the first out.
Shortstop, number 43, Joe Vizquel.
So now it's Joe Vizquel, the shortstop. A redshirt freshman from the University of Milwaukee. As he takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now he looks at a breaking ball down and away for a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Bell. Swung on and hit high in deep to left center, but it will be in play. And making the call and the catch as he runs into the left center field fence is the center fielder Jason Hoffer. So a nice over-the-shoulder catch, and that's the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 9, Taylor Grimm.
So Vizquel able to put a little bit of a drive into that one, but couldn't quite get it out of the ballpark. So now it's Taylor Grimm as he takes a called strike on a fastball, 0-1. Taylor Grimm returning for his third season with the A's as he looks at one outside. It's 1-1. Had a strong campaign last year. Hit .321, hit 4 home runs with 42 RBIs. As that one is down in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Belonga, just a bit, and it's 2-1. Grimm, likely a major factor in this offense for another season as he gets one in on his hands that is fouled on the first base line, just out of the reach of a diving first baseman, Cody Woods, and will move the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 to the right-handed batting Grimm. He swings and misses on a curveball, and that will be the third strike and the third out. So we have completed a full inning here at Wildwood Baseball Park in Sheboygan. We will go to the second inning. We are scoreless between the Redbirds and the Sheboygan A's. Back in action for the second inning. Eric Schmidt's still on the mound. Not surprisingly. Gave up 2 walks in the first, but also struck out 2, and was able to escape that first inning without allowing a run. And he'll face Jordan Rasner, the right fielder, to lead it off.
Leading off for the Redbirds, the right fielder, number 23, Jordan Rasner.
Rasner is a left-handed batter. And the first pitch to him, a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Schmidt's coming off a strong campaign last season. He went 7-1 with a 2.23 ERA as there's a swing and a miss as Rasner loses his bat. Goes flying towards the backstop, and he'll grab his bat, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Schmitz was named last year's most valuable pitcher for the Sheboygan A's. Now the 0-2, that misses high and away. It's 1-2. Now the 1-2 misses high and away, and Schmitz is now in a 2-2 count to Jordan Rasner. There's a called strike and a fastball right at the bottom of the zone, and that's the third strike out for Schmitz, two of them on the called strike variety.
Designated
So
hitter,
1 up and 1 down.
number 15, Wesley Rivera.
So now it'll be Wesley Rivera, the DH. Schmitz last year averaged about 11 and a half strikeouts per 9 innings. Now there's a swing and a hard line drive, but that'll be well out of play and foul, 0-1 down the right field foul line. Schmitz also didn't walk many batters. He walked 7 in total last season. He already had 2 in that first inning today. Now there's a swing and a ground ball foul towards the third base coach, and it's 0-2.
Yes, program numbers and stuff like that.
So Schmitz generally doesn't walk many batters. And there's a swing and a miss, but he will do that a lot. He'll get swings and misses. And that's the 4th strikeout already for Schmitz. And it's quickly 2 up, 2 down.
First baseman, number 46, Cody Woods.
So now it's Cody Woods, the right-handed batting first baseman. As there's a fastball that misses just above the belt, and it's 1-0.
Do you have someone for the Lakeshore Lanes game?
And now Schmitz making batters look foolish as Woods chase one out of the zone, up and away. It's 1-1. Now he kicks and deals, and it's a grounder to the shortstop Vizquel, who will make a nice running throw over to Sutton at first, and that is the final out of the inning. So Schmitz has a nice clean inning, gets 2 strikeouts and a ground ball, and we will head to the bottom of the second. We are still scoreless here in Sheboygan. Back in Sheboygan for the bottom half of the second inning.
Stuff courtesy of Sitco. Make some noise.
We will have the middle of the order for the A's. It'll be Harry Stelz leading it off, followed by Mitch Sutton, and then Mark Warner will bat third in the inning.
Leading off for the A's, the third baseman, number 19, Harry Stelt.
production, so it's the same thing last 5 years.
Harry, the right-handed batting third baseman, steps in and gets a called strike from Brian Bell. That one misses low and away, and it's a ball and a strike. Now Harry Stout takes a called strike on the inside corner on a breaking ball. So it's 1-2, scoreless in the bottom half of the second. And now there's a swing and a miss on a foul tip.
Nope, swing and a miss.
And that'll be the first out.
First baseman, number 45, Mitchell Sutton.
So now it'll be Mitchell Sutton, the first baseman.
What's the name of the person doing it?
As he takes a called strike in the outside corner, and he's quickly down on the count of 1-1. And an 0-1 fastball misses in on the hands of Mitchell Sutton. Tall right-handed batter for the Sheboygan A's. Stands at 6'5". And now lets a curveball go, missing on the outside corner. Below the knees at 2 balls and a strike. Second season for Sutton with the A's. So he takes a fastball up and away, just missing the outside corner. So it's 3 balls and a strike. And there's a fastball. This time it catches the corner. Called strike 3-2. Sutton last year hit a home run. Finished with a .331 average and a .416 on-base percentage. Had 8 doubles and 3 triples on the year. And he takes that one down and in. Below the knees. And he'll take a free pass.
Center fielder, number 16, Mark Warner.
So the A's have their first base runner of the 2017 season. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second, there's no score. Neither team has a hit yet. All the 3 base runners so far in this game have come via the walk. As Bell misses down and away to Mark Warner, the center fielder. Now he lets that one go on the outside. Missing well off the plate, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Mark Warner, 6'2", 195, calls his hometown in Rochelle, Illinois, as there's a ground ball just past a diving Brian Bell, but able to make the play is Jordan Powers. And he will throw it to first in time. Sutton advances to second on the ground out.
Designated hitter.
So it's a 4-3 ground out.
Logan Record.
Warner hit it just hard enough to get it past the pitcher. Had Bell been able to make that play, that might have been a double play to end the inning. Instead, it will be Logan Record, the DH, with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. As he takes a fastball down the middle for a called strike. It's 0-1 to the right-handed hitting DH for the A's. Now there's a swing and a drive down the left field line. It'll be foul. So it'll be 0-2. That ball about 8 or 9 feet in foul territory down the left field line. As Sutton and the pitcher go back to their positions to reset. Two outs in the inning, no score. The 0-2. Misses down and away, gets away from the catcher. The slide as Sutton takes off is not in time. Sutton will take third on the wild pitch. Almost a dangerous play there by Sutton because he sort of hesitated as that ball got away from Belonga. Didn't get too far away. Was able to slide into third just in time. So now a runner 90 feet away on a 1-2 count and 2 outs. Now there's a curveball up and in near the eyes of Reckert.
So is it 3-2? Help me out, Brett. 3-2?
Now the 2-2 fastball misses outside, moves the count full at 3-2. Sutton stands at third. He walked with 1 out, took second on a grounder, and then just reached third on a wild pitch. It's a full count, and the payoff is swung on and missed as Reckert strikes out for the final out of the inning. So we have completed 2 full here in Sheboygan, the Redbirds and the A's. And a little bit of a stalemate through the first couple innings. We go to the top of the third. The score remains 0-0. Top of the third, scoreless, as Eric Schmitz will face the 9-hole hitter, then the top of the order to start this inning.
Shortstop, number 5, Ryan Woods.
It'll be Ryan Woods. Shortstop for the Redbirds. And the first pitch from Schmitz is on the inside corner, right at the knees. 0-1 on the fastball. Now the windup and delivery is another called strike on a fastball, this time on the outside corner, at the bottom of the zone, around the knees. Quickly 0-2. Now a pitch down and away. And Woods thought about it, but held up. So the count now at 1-2. Now Schmitz again misses down and on the outside corner. So the count is evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the 9th place hitter for the Redbirds. Now there's a curveball that looks like it had the inside part of the plate, but missed just above the belt. So it's ball 3, and it's a full count after Schmitz got ahead quickly 0-2. Now the payoff coming. There's a fastball missing down low. That'll be ball 4. And a leadoff walk for Schmitz, the second he's allowed in 3 innings.
Second baseman, number 4, Jordan Powers.
So it'll be a leadoff base runner. And the top of the order now, it'll be Jordan Powers.
Hey, Danny.
The second baseman bats from the left side as he squares to bunt and hits it foul, as it'll roll towards the A's dugout on the third base side.
Danny, are you there?
So it's 0-1. As Powers squares to bunt again, this one's a good one. As Grimm tried to make a play, but he couldn't pick up the ball.
Good. What do you guys think?
So everyone is safe. Runners now at first and second.
Center fielder, number 21, Jason Hofer.
And I believe that'll be ruled an E2.
What are you guys calling it?
We're gonna skip the C upgrade winner because it looks like.
So it'll indeed be ruled an E2 on Taylor Grimm. It's now Jason Hoffer as he gets a fastball and fouls it straight back.
You'd never get a pitcher in there, so that's him.
0-1 the count to Hoffer with runners at first and second, nobody out. Now there's another bunt. This time Schmitz will pick it up. He'll throw over to first with Brad Young covering. As Sutton was coming in on the grass to play a possible bunt that went towards first base. But Hoffer does his job.
Number 34, Scott Eldredge.
As runners are now at second and third with just one out for Scott Eldredge. He is without an official at bat. He walked in the first innings. Now he swings and pops that one back towards the screen, and that'll be out of play. So 0-1 the count with one out. No score in this game yet. This inning started with a walk, followed by an error by Grimm on a potential sac bunt play. He had an easy play. The ball was right in front of him, but as he picked it up, he sort of slipped and stumbled, and the ball got away from him. And now the 0-1 is swung on and missed. He challenged him with a fastball, did Schmitz. Eldredge couldn't catch up to it, and it's 0-2. Eldredge and the Redbirds looking for a fly ball to bring across the first run of this game. And there's a fastball missing above the belt, and it's 1-2. The infielders are also playing back, so a ground ball will probably score a run in this inning as well. And now there's a swing and a miss, another strikeout. Put one on the outside part of the plate, right around the belt, and it's
number 32, Austin.
Yet another
Belonga.
strikeout. Now it's Austin Belonga with two outs. So Schmitz gets one more out, and he can get out of this mess. There's a curveball missing down and in. A ball and no strikes to Belonga, who struck out back in the first. And now Schmitz with a fastball on the outside corner, waved at and missed, 1-1. Schmitz already with 5 strikeouts. We are only at the top of the third. There are 2 outs. He has also walked 3 already in this game. The 1-1 out ahead of that changeup, and it's 1-2. Schmitz put it in a good stop, in a good spot down low. So now a strike away from working around a second and third one-out situation. Now there's a swing and a little looper right to the shortstop Vizquel, and he'll make the catch as he falls to a knee, and that is the final out of the inning. The Redbirds put a couple runners on, in part thanks to an error, but Schmitz works around it, and we have completed 2.5 innings. We will go to the bottom of the third inning. It is still scoreless here in Sheboygan.
On the A's extra page at 106.
It's the bottom of the third inning, and we still don't have a score. And it'll be the bottom of the order for the A's will be Brad Young, followed by Chris Saltzman, and then the top of the order and Josh Moses.
Leading off for the A's, the second baseman, number 13, Brad Young.
Trivia will be...
Bell's first pitch to Young is a fly ball in the left center. And running over and making the call and the catch is the center fielder Hoffer for the first out of the inning.
Do you have a name for the trivia contestant?
So one pitch, one out.
Number 26, Chris Stoltzman.
So the ninth place hitter, Chris Saltzman,
Can you say that again?
bats from the left side. And he takes one down low on a curveball from the right-handed Brian Bell. And now there's a called strike on the inside corner at the knees.
Can you say the name again, please?
So a ball and a strike. Now there's a swing and a ground ball. Easy play for the shortstop Woods, who'll make the throw over to first in time. And it's a 6-3 ground up, and it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
Right fielder, number 36, Josh Moses.
So now it'll be Josh Moses. Top of the order. He had a little bit of a looping liner over to the second baseman Powers to lead off the first. He's 0 for 1 as he takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Now Moses swings over the top of that fastball down and away on the outside corner, and he's quickly down 0-2. Neither team has a hit. And we are scoreless in the third inning as Moses now skies one in the center, and Hoffer loses the ball, and then it'll roll all the way to the warning track, and Lumens is waving Moses around third, and the play at the plate, and he's out.
That's an error. I think what happened.
That'll be an E8 on Hoffer, who misplayed the ball, and it rolled all the way to the warning track. And as Josh Moses was rounding third, Lumen sent him the throw to the catcher was a little offline to the third base side of home plate, but Belonga able to make the play as he sort of made a diving tag on Moses, who slid on the inside part of home plate, but he couldn't do it in time. So we will go to the fourth inning, and we still don't have a score in Sheboygan. It's 0-0.
Number 13, Riley Hegg.
We're back for the top of the fourth after a little bit of a wild play to end the third inning, as Moses had a fly ball deep in the center, and Hoffler lost track of it in the sun, it looked like, as Schmitz gets a called strike to Riley Hegg, and it's 0-1. Moses was eventually gunned down at the plate to end the inning. Now there's a fastball in on the hands of Hegg, and he fouls it down the right field line out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. Schmitz now from the windup. This is with a fastball just above the belt. It's 1-2. Neither team yet has a hit. Both teams have committed one error. Now the 1-2 is swung and a missed. A fastball up, and Hegg couldn't catch up to it. And that's strikeout number 6 for Schmitz.
Right fielder, number 23, Jordan Rasner.
So now to be Jordan Rasner, the right fielder, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. That was back in the second to lead off that inning. On the first pitch, a fastball on the outside swung up and hit foul, and Grimm will give it a look, and it's just out of his reach as it's on the outside of the netting, just in front of the fans there, and it's 0-1. Schmitz working from the first base side of the pitching mound, and he misses down and inside. It's a ball and a strike. Now this fastball misses up and away on the outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Following Rasner, it'll be Wesley Rivera, the DH. He's standing on deck. And now this one misses down below the knees. It's 3 balls and a strike now. Now there's a fastball, this one on the outside corner, right on the black at the knees. So the count now is full at 3-2, and Schmitz with the full count offering. It's swung on, and Sky on the infield. Harry Stelt is going to make the call, and he's going to let it glance off his glove, and that'll fall in. And that will allow a runner to reach. So an E5 on Harry Stelt on the pop-up. So a one-out base runner.
Designated hitter, number 15, Wesley Rivera.
So it'll be Wesley Rivera, runner at first base. Still no score in the top of the fourth. Now there's a curveball up and fouled straight back into the netting. It's 0-1. Just a reminder, with a doubleheader, both games will be just 7 innings. Neither team has yet to record a hit, and there's a solid line drive into center, but it's hanging up enough, and Water will make the catch in medium depth left center, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
Baseman, number 46, Cody Woods.
Probably the hardest hit ball by any player on either team so far. But it hangs up enough for Water, who's able to make the catch. So now 2 outs. And it'll be Cody Woods as he looks at a fastball. It misses the outside corner. It was down near the knees, and it's 1-0. Another one that misses down and away. Similar location, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Woods is 0 for 1. He grounded out to Vizquel at short. That ended the second inning, as now there's a called strike. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Rasner still at first base. Now there's a fastball swung on and missed, as Woods was way behind that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Schmitz from the stretch, and that one's fouled to the right side. That'll be out of play. Going over the dugout of the Marinette Redbirds. So it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rasner at first. Now there's a swing and a little looper over the head of Young. Will fall in for a base hit. And that'll put runners at first and third with 2 outs in the inning. So a first hit allowed by either pitcher.
Shortstop, number 5, Ryan Woods.
So now it'll be Ryan Woods.
2 or 3.
The shortstop for the Redbirds has runners on the corners, but there are 2 outs, as Schmitz quickly gets ahead at 0-1. Rasner will lead off a third. As Schmitz misses that one with a fastball. Just off the outside corner, it's a ball and a strike. And now Schmitz throws in a curveball in the zone. It's popped up on the infield. Brad Young will make the call on the catch. On the edge of the outfield grass near the first base area, and that will be the final out of the inning.
We have a prize.
So we have a hit finally in this game, but the Redbirds cannot muster anything thanks to the pitching effort of Eric Schmitz. So we will head to the bottom half of the 4th. We are halfway through this Game 1 7-inning affair,
And now it is time for a new game.
and in Sheboygan we are still scoreless.
Value Trivia.
Bottom of the
Leading off for
fourth.
the A's, the shortstop, number 43, Joe Vizquel.
And the middle of the order for the A's, it'll be Joe Vizquel to lead it off. He had a running track fly ball back in the first. A's without a hit so far, as Brian Bell will be on the mound for his fourth inning of work. And that one misses above the belt, and it's 1-0. Now there's a swing and a hard ground ball to the third baseman, who bobbles it a bit, and now the throw is off the bag, but Cody Wood's able to dig it out and tag Vizquel as he nears the first base bag, and that will be the first out of the inning. A good adjustment by Woods there. Riley Haig had issues with that ground ball,
Grimm.
as he initially bobbled the ball as he got it into his glove and made sort of a wild throw. But Woods able to make a good adjustment and tag Vizquel just as he caught that ball. So now it's Taylor Grimm as he looks at a curveball on the corner, and it's 0-1. Grimm struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Another curveball that is skied down the right field line. And giving it a look is Cody Woods, but it'll be over his head, and it's a foul ball 0-2. No score. A's have one base runner in this game. Was on a walk by Mitch Sutton in the second. Now there's a fastball missing up and in, 1-2. Moses also reached base on an error and was eventually thrown out at home, trying for a Little League inside the park home run in the last inning. As now Grimm takes one outside, and he's worked the 0-2 count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There is only one hit in the game that came in the last half inning by the Redbirds. As now there's a curveball that misses down and away from the right-handed hitting Grimm. Donning the number 9, just as he did last year. Now full count offering. And Grimm was late on that fastball as he fouls it into the backstop. Might have been looking off speed and able to adjust quickly enough to the fastball to just get a piece of it. And he'll live for one more 3-2 pitch. Now here it comes from Bell and a curveball. Swung on and fouled to the right side. And that'll be out of play over these stands. And it'll be now the third straight 3-2 pitch with Harry Stelt standing on deck with one out. Now there's a fastball up and in. That'll be ball 4, and Stelt will come to the plate with a runner at first.
The third baseman, number 19, Harry Stelt.
Stelt is 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Runner at first, no score, 1 out, as he takes a fastball about thigh high and on the corner. It's 0-1. Stelt last year led the team in on-base percentage with a .489 clip, thanks in part to 40 free passes he took last season. Also hit overall a .338 batting average. That's now Bell misses, and Stelt is in a 1-1 count. Stelt also hit 4 bombs last season, as there's a pickoff And Grimm is able to get back into first safely. So Stealth, a good combination of both power and patience at the plate. Now he swings and it's a hard drive down the left field line, but foul. He got all of that pitch, but was out ahead of it, and it's a 1-2 count. That would have been a 2-run home run if you would have just waited just a tick longer. A ball and 2 strikes, no score. A's still looking for their first base hit. And Stout looks at a curveball. Good pitch by Bell. Stout disagrees with the call. Umpire thought it caught the outside corner.
First baseman, number 45, Mitchell Sutton.
So now it'll be Mitchell Sutton with Grimm still at first base, and there's now 2 outs. Sutton looks at a fastball that is halfway into the left-handed batter's box. So now 1-0 to the right-handed Mitch Sutton. And now they pick off. And they throw a little bit offline. Wood's able to knock it down as Grimm is back in with a slide at first. A ball and no strikes, 2 outs, no score. Grimm reached on a walk, and now there's a hard ground ball through the hole on the left side, and that'll be a base hit. As the left fielder Eldridge has a little bit of trouble with that ball. But neither runners will advance, so now at first and second stand Grimm and Sutton. As the no-hitter is gone for both teams.
16, Mark Warner.
Both Bell and Schmitz carried no-hitters into this 4th inning. Both pitchers lose their no-hitter in the 4th inning. So now runners at first and second for Mark Warner. There's a slow curveball on the inside corner. Right on the inside corner. About thigh high. A base hit would score a run, most likely. Grimm does have good speed at second base. Now there's a fastball. Missing down and outside. It's 1-1. Bottom of the 4th, no score. Warner waits for the 1-1. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher Belonga.
Yes, Wisconsin to do
My
it.
wife is here. She likes to sit by me.
So you say it's healthy.
Count is 2-1. Grimm and Sutton with their leads. A fastball swung on and hit into the netting. A little late on that fastball, 2-2 the count. Bell from the stretch, and now the 2-2 is a ground ball up the middle, and making the play is the shortstop Woods, who will make a very short underhand throw to Powers covering second to force Sutton out at second base, and that will end the inning. But the A's get their first base hit. The no-hitter is over. We will head to the 5th inning. Here in Sheboygan at Wildwood Baseball Park, we are still scoreless.
Yeah, you.
Leading off for the Redbirds, the second baseman, number 4, Jordan Powers.
Top of the 5th inning. And Eric Schmidt's still on the mound. And it'll be Jordan Powers.
Bueller.
And a foul ball down the first base line on a bunt.
Bueller.
Trying to bunt for a base hit. And now we're going to have a meeting between the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. And they're going to rule him out.
He must have ran into it in fair territory. Nothing I can figure.
Most likely is that they ruled that Powers made contact
Center
with that
fielder,
ball
number 21, Jason Hoffer.
in fair territory. It was as he was running on the first base line. So it's the first out on the first pitch, and now he's swinging a foul ball now from Jason Hoffer. It's 0-1. Now there's a swing and a chopper at home plate that will bounce over Grimm's head into the backstop. It's now 0-2. Now there's a curveball that is high and away, forcing Grimm out of his crouch. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes to the left-hander Jason Hoffer. And now he swings and fouls one straight back into the netting. Count remains at 0-2. Now the 1-2 fastball, and it's swung on and fouled again. Was around the knees to Hoffer. Now the 1-2, and there's a swing and a miss. And that is the second out of the inning. Schmidt's able to put a fastball on the outside corner.
Left fielder, number 34, Scott Eldridge.
Hoffer able to get just a piece of it, but Grimm held on. So a foul tip strikeout. And now there's a call strike to Scott Eldridge, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Another called strike, and Schmitz is quickly ahead 0-2. Schmitz with 7 strikeouts. We are in the top of the 5th. There's no score. Now there's a fastball that misses below the knees. Blocked by Grimm. It's 1-2. Both teams have 1 hit. Now there's a swing and a line drive right at the left fielder, and Saltzman just takes a couple of steps in, and he'll snag that ball, and that is the final out of the inning. So Schmitz gets his second clean inning, goes 3 down. We will head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We are still scoreless between the Sheboygan A's and the Marinette Redbirds.
7, Logan Records.
It'll be the bottom of the fifth, and Brian Bell out for his fifth inning of work. And he's got a new battery mate. It'll be Matt Hansen replacing Austin Belonga. Belonga finishes the day going 0 for 2. And now Bell, the right-hander, will have Logan Reckert to lead it off, and he gets a big swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Reckert struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1 in the day. And there's a curveball that bottoms out on Reckert. It's 0-2. Swings and misses through it. Now there's a curveball in on the hands of Reckert, able to get an inside-out swing, and hits a liner right at Cody Woods at first base, and that is the first out. Tough luck for Reckert.
Second baseman, number 13, Brad Young.
Able to make solid contact, but instead he's the first out of this fifth inning.
Say that again. Yes. Do you have names of people doing it?
So it's Brad Young. He's now in a 1-0 count. Now he skies that one into center field. It could be trouble, and it'll fall in for a base hit. So the A's have their second hit of the ball game. Hit it in the perfect spot. Jordan Powers at second, and the center fielder Hoffer were the closest ones to it, but it fell right in between them.
Left fielder, number 26, Chris Stoltzman.
So a little pop-up that falls in short center. Young and the A's will take it. Their second hit, and there's a base runner. Now he takes off, does Brad Young.
Oh boy.
And he took off too early. And he'll be out as that throw from Bell went over to second, as Young then retreated back to first, where then the shortstop Woods threw to Woods covering first, and Young was tagged out. So officially that goes a 1-6-3 put out on a caught stealing for Brad Young. So the one-out base runner is wiped out before Bell could throw a pitch to the next batter. So it's 2 outs, and Saltzman takes one up and in. It's a ball and no strikes. Saltzman playing left field, bats from the left side. He grounded out to short back in the third inning, as he now is in the count, 2 balls and no strikes after he lets one on the outside corner go by. Now there's a fastball. This time it catches the corner on the outside. 2 balls and a strike to Saltzman. If Saltzman can reach, it'll be the top of the order and Josh Moses. There's a swing and a foul straight back. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the fifth inning, there's still no score. A's with 2 hits, Redbirds with 1. Now there's a swing and a ground ball on the first base line, but it will be foul. So the count will remain at 2-2. Brian Bell from the windup, and he gets a fastball and can't quite catch the zone. Misses just above the belt, and Saltzman is at a full count with 2 outs. Bell now, a 3-2 fastball right at the bottom of the zone, a called strike, and that is the final out of the inning. The A's get a One out base runner on the hit by Young, but he's immediately thrown out, caught stealing on the 1-6-3 putout. And we will head to the 6th. Just 2 innings left in game 1, and we are still scoreless between the Sheboygan A's and the Marinette Redbirds.
Introducing another new game.
For Marinette, the catcher, number 24, Matt Hansen.
It's the top of the 6th, and we have a new pitcher for the A's. It's John Vanderplug. So Schmitz is down after 5 innings. And Vanderplug's first pitch is to Matt Hansen, the new catcher who came in defensively last half inning. Misses away 1-0. Now there's a fastball. This time it catches the outside corner. It's a ball and a strike.
Whoa.
And now Vanderplug misses well out of the zone as it gets away from Grimm. And we'll go all the way to the backstop. It is now a 2-1 count. And now Vanderplug can't catch the zone again. It's now 3-1 to Hansen in his first at bat of the day. And he'll take a free pass as that one misses out in the way. And it's a walk to begin the inning.
Third baseman, number 13, Riley Haig.
So now it's Riley Haig as he has to back out of the way of that one as that fastball ran in on him. So a ball and no strikes. Now there's a swing and a foul ball straight back on a fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Haig is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third, and he is struck out. Vanderplug last year had 2 appearances. He went 4 total innings. As now there's a pickoff, and he's got that runner off of first. As Sutton will throw to the shortstop, and now the throw will be now back to Vanderplug, who will run him to second, and then the throw to Young at second will be the one that gets him out. So Vanderplug able to pick off the runner at first, who reached on a walk. That that put out goes 1 to 3 to 6, back to 1, and then ultimately back to 4 or for the final out. It's a now 3-1 count to Riley Haig. Now he swings and chops one back to Vanderplug. And that'll be a 1-3 put out as he throws it over to Sutton. And that's the second out of the inning.
Right fielder, number 23, Jordan Rasner.
So now it's Jordan Rasner with 2 outs and nobody on. As I was saying last year, Vanderplug went 4 innings, did not allow a hit, struck out 2 and walked 1, and did not give up a run. As he misses the zone, it's 1-0 to Rasner. Vanderplug is a left-handed pitcher, facing the lefty Rasner as he gets a called strike on the corner. The outside part of the plate. Now that 1-1 pitch, same location, a called strike, it's 1-2. The 1-2. Fastball missing on the outside corner, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score, top of the 6th. Game 1 of this opening day doubleheader. Now Rasner hits a drive in the right, but it will hang up for Moses in right, who will make the catch in medium right near the foul line, and that is the final out of the inning. So Vanderplug allows a leadoff walk, but thanks to a pickoff play and caught stealing,
Fans, just a reminder that today's game.
it's essentially a 1-2-3 inning, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th. A's need a run
Following the conclusion of this game.
in the next 2 innings to avoid extra innings.
Instead of the traditional 9.
We will head to a break.
Game 2
Scoreless between the Redbirds and the A's.
25 minutes following the conclusion of
A's have their top of the order in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Josh Moses, followed by Joe Vizquel, then Taylor Grimm. As Moses takes one on the outside, missing down and away, it's a ball and no strikes. Brian Bell is out for his 6th inning of work. That's now Moses. It's a hard ground ball, but right to the shortstop Ryan Woods.
E6.
But he throws it over the head of Ryan Woods, and it'll be an E6 and a base runner to lead off the inning for the A's. Ryan Woods was able to make a leaping grab and sort of knock down that ball, but he couldn't hold it in his glove.
Shortstop, number 43, Joe Vizquel.
So a runner at first, and it'll be Joe Vizquel, who had a deep drive in the 1st inning, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner 0-1.
Hit the northward side.
Had just 15 at-bats with the UWM Panthers. Had 5 hits, including a home run. Now there's a ball that gets away from Hansen, and a wild pitch as Moses will go into second without a throw. So now the A's are in business. They have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Moses has good speed, and there's nobody out. After Joe Vizquel, it'll be Taylor Grimm. And barring a double play, Harry Stout will also bat in this inning. And Vizquel got a fastball up in the zone, but swung over the top of it, and it's a 1-2 count. As now Matt Hansen will jog out to have a chat with his pitcher Bell. A's have 2 hits. Marinette Redbirds with 1. Both teams have committed 2 errors. One of those errors by the Redbirds committed just a few moments ago that allowed Moses to reach first, who took second shortly after on a wild pitch. Now there's a swing and a foul tip that Hansen cannot hold on to. So Vizquel able to just barely stay alive on the curveball. We'll redo it again. It's still 1-2. Bell looking at the runner Moses. Now he'll come to the plate. And there's a fastball that just missed. Just off the outside corner. And it's now 2-2 to Vizquel. As the wind has died down a bit. Had blown to right to left. It still is, but not as noticeable. Now there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Vizquel. As he swung over the top of that one on the inside part of the plate. And it's the first out.
The catcher, number 9, Taylor Grimm.
So now it's Taylor Grimm, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. He was eventually left stranded at second base. That walk came in the 4th inning. And now he gets a curveball and swings underneath it. It was up, good pitch to hit, but he couldn't make any contact. It's 0-1. And the runner Moses started and stopped, and now Grimm pops it up. Jordan Powers will make the call and the catch. A few steps on the outfield grass, and it's now suddenly 2 outs. That runner still at second base, and it will be Harry Stout.
The third baseman, number 19, Harry Stout.
Stout is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd and 4th. 1 swinging, 1 looking. In his second at-bat, he hit a deep drive down the left field line that, had he kept fair, would have been a home run by plenty, as he takes a curveball in on his hands. It's 1-0 to the third baseman for the A's. Moses has good speed with 2 outs and a base hit. He should score. As now Stout gets a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he fouls it straight back. It's a 1-1 count. Bell set, looks at the runner, and he's coming to the plate. And now that one gets away from Hansen. Moses takes off, and he will get into third standing. Hansen was able to pounce on it quickly, but couldn't get the throw over to the third baseman to Haig in time. It moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. The A's have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Reminder, this game is only 7 innings. This game 1 of this opening day doubleheader. Now there's a curveball, and it's fouled back. And Stout may be upset with himself. He had a curveball up in the zone that he couldn't make good contact with. Moves the count to 2-2. Bell from the stretch, and Stout pops it up to the right side. Powers makes the call, and he will make the catch right on the outfield edge of the grass. And that is the final out of the inning. The A's get a base runner in scoring position with no outs. Makes it part to an error, but Bell able to get the next 3 batters in order. And that will do it for the A's in the 6th. We have 1 inning left. We are still scoreless. We head to the top of the 7th. The Marinette Redbirds will bat.
Check out our food and
And
beverage offerings.
we are scoreless in Sheboygan. It's the top of the 7th, and Vanderplug is out for his 2nd inning of relief. And they'll have Wesley Rivera to lead it off as he misses off the plate on the outside. Rivera DHing the eighth for the Redbirds. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, and he lined out to center. And now Vanderplug misses again. 2 balls and no strikes. It's the bottom of the order, 7-8-9 for the Redbirds after Rivera. It'll be Cody Woods followed by Ryan Woods. There's a swinging a foul tip, 2-1. Vanderplug in his motion, and the 2-1 is a fastball at the knees. It's a called strike, 2-2. Put that ball in a good spot, right on the inside corner. And now that one backs Rivera off a bit. In off the plate and down low, and it will move the count at 3-2. Vanderplug now his payoff pitch, and it's a fastball on the outside, fouled straight back into the netting. It's going to be done over again at 3-2. Now the 3-2 offering. This is outside. That'll be ball 4. And the Redbirds will put the go-ahead runner on here in the top half of the 7th inning. Now the Redbirds manager
6.
out to chat with the home plate umpire, and we're going to have a pinch runner.
Who's pinch running? Who is it? Who's the number out there? 8?
And it will be Kiefer Powers, number 8, to pinch run for the Redbirds.
Can't see his number. Is that it? First baseman, number 46, Cody Woods.
So the Redbirds putting some speed on the bases with a pinch runner, knowing it represents the go-ahead run here at the top of the 7th. And now it'll be Cody Woods, the first baseman, as he squares to bunt and he lets it go. Misses outside. It's 1-0. Cody Woods is 1 for 2. He's singled and he's grounded out. He is the only base hit for the Redbirds.
Number 8, Kiefer Powers, pinch running for Rivera.
It's now 2-0 after another bunt attempt is pulled back. And Vanderplug with a pickoff. And Kiefer Powers back in. Vanderplug from the stretch. And he misses below the knees on a fastball. And it's quickly 3-0. To the 8th place hitter, Cody Woods. Number 5, Ryan Woods, the shortstop, stands on deck. As that one misses outside, that'll be ball 4. And that'll put 2 runners on, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position. As now Derek Lumens is chatting with the umpire as he will make a slow walk to the mound. And it looks like that might be it for Vanderplug. And it will be, as he pointed over to his bullpen. So we will have a new pitcher. We will take a short break. Give you an introduction to the new pitcher. Current situation, scoreless, top of the 7th. The Redbirds in threatening to score some runs. They have runners at first and second with nobody out.